joining me today on this project. This is from a friend of mine that I've been working with on and off for the past 14 years, I think. This is not one of the original chairs I've done for her, it's a separate one. I don't think there's much to talk about at the moment regarding it, but as I get to points that need to be shown to you, I'll let you know. So let's get on with it. This chair is all exposed wood, so I'm going to have to very carefully pull off the double piping that's on here. Sometimes it's glued on, sometimes it has staples. Actually, this one's stapled, which is a bit of a bind, but that's okay. The other thing I've noticed is that this goes all the way back, which means that there is no support across here, which is okay. I just feel that these should always have a bit more support. So I'm going to take this off. The arms are similar and the same with the base. So it's going to take a little while to pull out, but that's fine. I have here the piece of fabric to go on the back. I've made sure that the velvet is going down. This is down. It goes from the outside edge of the chair to the outside edge of the chair. Bring that down a little ways here with that on the edge of the chair, and I'm going to staple that into position. The front of my stapler here is against the wooden frame here, so it's a little ways back but not too far, and pull that out. This side should be able to work out where pattern repeat here somewhere, there to there. I think that needs to go down. As long as it looks almost straight across, I think that will be fine. So I'm going to staple here and work my way across the bottom to hold it into position. I've got the bottom in. I'm going to pull this evenly to the sides like that, and I'm going to pull it straight up and away from there, and I'm going to start putting my staples in once the fabric is really firm, and again just up to the frame. The same on the other side, just pull it all the way back from the bottom up and out so that this is even and secure. Pull it from the center and make sure that all of this is quite firmly in position, top to bottom, and then I'll go side to side. Again, just make sure that it's where it needs to be. You don't want to go over into the wood at the top, and you certainly don't want to have it too far down, otherwise it will go through to the back of the chair. Usually fold the fabric all the way back and secure it, but I'm in a little bit of a quandary because this is really thick fabric and I will be putting other stuff on there, so I think what I'm going to do is just cut it all the way back. I did secure it quite well. If it was a thinner fabric, I would just fold it over and just trim it back to about 1 inch. Just work my way around. This is the original back that came out. I don't really like this kind of thing. Pop it in there. I pull it down slightly across the top and secure it in place so this won't pull apart. All it is a plastic woven fabric. It will work. This is why I couldn't feel any structure behind, because this is put in place instead of webbing. I'll quickly put that in position. Something I personally don't like is the really flat back, so I'm going to put this 1 inch piece of foam in. I've got this left over from something else which will work quite nicely. This is a super soft foam, so it should pull into position a little bit better. It should be about 1/8 of an inch in from the side so that I can put the new fabric over the top. I'm just going to come along here like that. That will work for there, and then that piece can just go here and it'll fill in down there, and then I don't have any wastage. Cut the corner off like that. I've got the foam in. Did think about gluing it, but I'm not going to bother. Pop this over the top. Now this was the piece of Dacron that came off the back, and then the fabric over the top. I'm going to just check along the back here to make sure that I don't have any staples coming out. It's easily done, so every time you start putting the next layer in, just double check. Put the fabric down to the bottom there. I'm going to pull that into the edge like that on this side and secure it. Pull it up so it's nice and tight. I will infill I'm going to go to about 4 inches from the top and bottom. So I'm going to just pull it in to this little area here and then leave it. Pull it hard down for now. I kept all the fabric tight all the way down, and then I'm putting the top in. Pull the corner out to the side as far as I can. That means up and out. Secure that. Now I'm going to secure here. Just pull it out slightly all the way up to that corner, but I'm coming out this way. So that's nice and firm. And then I'm going to do the same here. I'm just going to bring it up and secure it into place. I'm going to just make sure that's where I want it. And then down as I come around and into that corner. What I'm going to do now is cut all the excess off so I can put the trim on and make it look pretty. A lot of the straight edges from here will be put under the trim, so I'm not going to worry too much. If I need to, I'll come back and cut it closer if necessary. As with single piping, I am going to line up my pieces with the pile going the same way. I've had to cut this at 1 3/4 inches. It's going to be tight because it's such thick fabric, but I don't have enough fabric to cut it at 2. I'm hoping this works. Shorten the stitch slightly, mid to small stitch here. So corner to corner, fold the piece up and pop the next section on top. Make sure the pieces are at 90 degrees. You can just keep them going for as long as you've got the pieces to put on. I'm going to put my pieces of piping in, fold that one over. I try to keep the lengths separate like that. It just helps them to keep separate all the way down. Fold that one over like that. Keep everything tight at the top. Slide that under the foot. Now, like normal piping, I'm going down the grain. I'm going to start sewing. It's on the longest stitch. I'll fold this over. Lift this piece slightly on top and then pull that one tightly across the top and sew. Try not to pull the piping case into funny angles, otherwise it won't go on evenly, especially if you're going to do it on a bias, which I've done with this. I've done it on the bias, so it goes around the furniture a little bit easier than if I do it on the straight. So I'm going to just do this all the way down. When I come to the joins, clip them open, cut them back as far as I can, and keep them as tight as I can into the folds so that it remains just over about 1/2 inch wide for the trim. When I'm putting the trim on, I am going to cut back at an angle like that. Cut as much off of the back as I can. Trim back all of these loose pieces of fibre from the back. I want it as clean as I can. I don't want any of that showing on the other side, and just work my way up a length of this double piping. So I need all my threads cut back. I don't want any of those showing on the other side. I've done as best I can to catch everything in, so hopefully that will stay. Let's get that one out. Glue most of those fibres down on the inside there so it looks not too fluffy. I just need it to look neat and tidy. I do this on various fabrics if they're a loose weave or have a pile on them. A little bit of glue goes a long way. I'm going to glue down here quite a bit like that. I'm going to start in the center here and move towards the back. Make sure that's secure and that it hides everything that's there. I'm going to do that all the way around until I get back to this side. Just little sections, don't do too much. This is quite fibrous, so I don't want to mess too much of this up by mistake. Pull that around, make sure that's into the shaping, and then I'll tidy up the glue so it doesn't make a mess. Just scrape it out, that'll be fine. Try to bring some of those loose bits in as I go. A little bit up there too. Bring this down and into place like that, pushing all of the loose ends in as I go. Make sure it follows that line. Anything on the inside, just kind of scrape off if you have to and push it all into place. So now I've come here to the beginning. I'm going to cut that back so it's level with the end here. like that. See if I can catch all of these ends in like I did. Just a little bit of a smush there, bring it all into place, and then glue all the way along here, quite a bit, and into the corner there where I had started. Pop that in and up, right in to that join, so it looks nice and smooth like that. Really push it in to secure it. I'm looking for a nice big tack, that might do, and I'm going to cover there. These are quite large tacks, so it should cover what I want. Pop that there in the center and hammer it in. That seals both ends of the double piping. The center here is where I started the piping, moving all the way around and finishing up, and the join is hidden nicely as on the side of the arms. I think it works perfectly. No raw edges to be pulled up. Thank you for joining me on this project. The back here looks nice and plump. I think it's turned out really well. Certainly it looks plusher than the chair that arrived. A little bit of attention to detail can make all the difference. If you'd like to see more from me, please subscribe, hit the bell button, and a few thumbs up would be brilliant. And in the meantime, take care. See you later. Ciao.